What is the meaning of Jesus being a carpenter? I want to share something cool the Lord told me the other day. I was painting some wood and I asked him, what's the significance of you being a carpenter? Like, I know it wasn't by accident. And so I did get an answer, and it's amazing. And did you know that a carpenter used to be called a tree-wright? A right being a skilled worker, especially a constructor of something. And usually that would be in wood. And the Lord immediately brought to mind Psalm 139. And I'm going to read to you verse 15. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in secret, skillfully wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. And my mind went to this word wrought. And the Hebrew word that has been translated wrought here is actually the word that means variegated, or to be weaved with many colors, or to adorn in many colors. This kind of reminded me of the coat of many colors that Joseph was given. And this reminded me of something I discovered in Ephesians chapter 3 at one time. And I'm going to read it to you. It's verse 8 to 10. To me, who am less than the least of all the saints, this grace was given that I should preach among the Gentiles the unsearchable riches of Christ, and to make all see what is the fellowship of the mystery from which from the beginning of the ages has been hidden in God, who created all things through Jesus Christ, to the intent, now this is the part I wanted to get to the intent that now the manifold wisdom of God might be made known by the church to the principalities and powers in the heavenly places. Okay, this word manifold is actually a Greek word meaning multicolored or variegated. It means exactly the same thing as that word that I read to you from Psalms. This is calling the wisdom of God multicolored. Psalm 139 is saying that you've been skillfully variegated, skillfully made by the wisdom of God, the wisdom of Jesus, of a tree-wright, weaving his wisdom into your very being in so many colors. He's building us as a skillful tree-wright, a skillful builder of understanding in us of who we really are. And in Isaiah 61, it says that they may be called trees of righteousness. So he's building us up, trees of righteousness, a tree-wright. We were planted in his garden from the beginning, in his heart. Remember how Jesus talked about the heart as soil? There's soil in a garden. We've been planted in his love, in his heart from the beginning. And now he forms us, and then he weaves us into that beautiful tree of righteousness with his truth, with his wisdom. Ephesians 3 tells us that this manifold wisdom, this multicolored wisdom, this variegated wisdom of God might be made known by the church, us, to the principalities and powers in the heavenly. Why would that be? This is what needs to happen. These principalities and powers, they're actually they're not spirits. They are a spirit of the mind, in a way. They are thoughts and beliefs that have had authority in our mind over the wisdom of God, above it. They are these principalities and powers are just, I could go into what these words actually are, but you could look them up in the Greek because this is not giving you the whole picture. However, that's what these are. These principalities and powers are lies in our minds, are ways of seeing that we're not from God, we're not from His wisdom. And so, what the purpose is here, He's telling us that this wisdom that we are made in the image of, this multicolored wisdom that we are made in the image of, needs to be made known by us to these thoughts. This is how we're going to bring them down. This is how the lies are brought down. This wisdom that is weaved into us is going to be made known. It's going to be made seen and understood by these principalities and powers. Why? Because what kills a lie? The truth. So this truth is going to kill those off in us, those things that have been reigning in our minds. Because what reigns in our minds manifests into our life. And so what's going to be His eternal purpose is the manifestation, the full manifestation and the fully seen glory of His wisdom in us, from within us, but then also into our bodies. We will experience the reality of what is unseen spiritually within, and we will see it physically. This is the putting on of Christ, you guys. This is the tree of life multiplying in us, growing and growing until this wisdom makes Christ in us fully seen. This is the amazingness of Jesus being a carpenter, you guys.